you know, I know I'm supposed to go to this barbecue and it's getting late, but I do want to hear what you have to say about Jurassic World.
I can be concise.
Dominion. Yeah, we can have a nice little conversation. We don't have to go all day about this. I mean, because a lot of things that we said that we did not like, and you didn't need spoilers with it, was in our review. But we can go a little bit deeper with some things, especially just hearing your review.
Sure.
So, of course, everybody saw Jurassic Park Dominion this weekend. I don't know how much it made, but I'm sure it made a shitload of money, and I'm sure it was the #1 movie out there.
Can't keep her here forever. We created an ecological disaster.
So, Chris said the last one was stupid. I hated it, and I don't expect any different from this. But you've been surprised before.
Yes, I will say I do think this is the worst Jurassic Park film. Not just Jurassic World, not just from the Jurassic Park trilogy. Overall, I think this is the worst one for a variety of reasons. I mean, it's making a lot of the same mistakes that a lot of the previous films have made in the past. But the fact that this is the last one, this is the last hurrah, and this is the best you can do. That's what makes it so disappointing for me. One of the big things that has bothered me with these films for a long time is that there's no consequences to anything. Like the last movie, at least, like, hey, it's seemingly setting up a huge consequence where now dinosaurs are on the mainland. How are we going to coexist with them? Are we even able to do that? Is it just going to be rampant destruction? And I already knew that, like, oh, this is what it's going to be like, where this film takes place 4 years after the events of that movie, and we're just kind of doing okay. It's like all those dinosaurs that were supposed to compete with our species and put us at risk, lead maybe us to extinction. It's like, yeah, we just kind of got used to it, and yeah, there's a Triceratops occasionally hanging out with some elephants, and yeah, there's a T-Rex out there, and they even insultingly say, yeah, there's only been 38 related dinosaur deaths so far.
So what, 38?
38, yeah, the opening of the movie.
That was like, give me a break.
That is so insulting, and the big reason why is because they don't want to portray those previous characters are responsible for all of this in a negative light.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I hated the second one.
Yes.
With so much, even more than this, because it ends with that clone girl releasing them out into the world, no consequences. She's just like, I'm justified because they're just like me, and even the adults are like, well, okay.
All right, well, I guess we're going to have to live with that
It's
mistake.
like, you doomed the human race, you dumb bitch.
But it's okay, because everything worked out fine, even though we don't see how it works out.
Yeah.
And, yeah, to your point about the clone girl, it's like, I feel like Colin Trevorrow, who was a co-writer on that last movie and he produced it, he went, no one liked this character. Okay, fair. I'm going to make her the main focus of this movie. Well, she's one of the main focus, because it's crazy to me that, in a series that has been defined by the dinosaurs, obviously, I mean, they're kind of the big attraction, if you will, that this movie is not even about dinosaurs. It's about giant bugs, which I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? It's like,
that's what I
can see, like, okay, you want to do something different, but it's so uninteresting and so boring, and really the craziest bug you can pick is a locust, and it's really about the whole plot of the movie is about controlling the world's food supply. Right. That's what it is. Yeah. And the other part about it is, it's a kidnapping. It's a Bourne movie. We've got to get this girl back, and that's it. And neither of those stories are great. Like how you're using the legacy cast, which is all about the locust. Terrible, boring. A lot of that feels like fan service. It doesn't feel earned. They're retconning shit constantly. I mean, Sam Neill himself just looks confused through most of the movie.
He's us.
Yeah, sure. Jeff Goldblum's hemming and hawing and on, and it doesn't feel the same way in the first movie, or hell, even in the second one he was in. And then with these new characters, they're not. They just. I mean, I just dislike them immensely.
Me too.
All they do in this film is no one has a conversation with each other. All their conversations deal with exposition, or they talk about the next set piece we got to go to. This movie just, despite being poorly paced, it goes so fast, and I just don't feel like there's never a moment where people are having a conversation like in the original film. At that point, okay, I'm just watching destruction, and a lot of it's not very clever or well choreographed or very interesting, and it just culminates in an incredibly disappointing finale. Like, yeah, that whole Giganotasarus that they were advertising, that thing goes off over. Like, all this, that's why, to me, it's like, this is the best you can do out of everything you've done. That's why I think it's the worst film.
I do have a huge problem with this movie. I actually don't like this movie at all. I think this movie is horrible. But I'm going to tell you what my biggest problem with this movie is. Well, everybody's been talking about these locusts. And yeah, that's the biggest problem for me, because you set up all this shit where these dinosaurs are supposed to be living with man, and then at the end of the movie, you got fucking dinosaurs who just magically started, because they're talking about how they put them on a preserve, but why the fuck are we seeing them walking with elephants?
Yep.
You still got them perching on buildings and making nests. They are in our ecosystem now. They are part of our world, but I have no problem with you setting up a world where we live with dinosaurs. If that's what you want to do, that's interesting. But fuck, man, you know, why you focusing on bugs?
Yeah. It's so weird.
Why we looking at doing a movie about bugs and locusts and grasshoppers and all this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden, and at the end, be like, and we lived hand in paw of the fucking leg with the dinosaurs. It's like that don't make you can't just pull that shit at the end.
I know.
There's no consequences.
I know. That's
We
what
walk,
talking about.
and at the end we walk side by side with the dinosaurs in peace. It's like, no, fuck you, man. You know, you talked about how these animals were dangerous.
They're a problem.
For years.
You got compies on the beach who were probably eating little kids.
It's people. I personally fucking hate this movie. All right, I do. I was being fair, I'm trying to rate this for people out there who want to see dinosaurs, and sure enough, there are those people. They will tell you, I just want to go see it for the dinosaurs. It's almost like different from Star Wars, because Star Wars is still trying to tell a story, and they're failing at it. Here, it's almost like the studio knows, like, just give them the fucking dinosaurs.
Give them the action scenes.
Just give them the dinosaurs and some action scenes and
bugs.
Shut up.
Get in the actors everybody recognizes, have them run around, and put in the dinosaurs, and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah. They put shorts out there. And they put all kind of things out there that are extensions of this universe that they've built. You cannot tell me. This is new to me. I guess I wasn't paying attention. 38 people died, and yet you're gonna show me shorts before the movie coming out talking about get ready for Dominion, and you see T-Rexes walking in drive-ins.
Yeah.
You see T-Rexes attacking people in the park, and you mean they didn't eat one motherfucker at that drive-in?
Nope.
That is a snack stand itself right there for a dinosaur.
Well, plus, you know, if a T-Rex showed up at a drive-in and ate a bunch of people, the drive-ins would go out of business.
That's true. Yeah. Again, economic ramifications I'm talking about.
Half this shit can't be open.
Yeah.
Pterodactyls be tearing open windows and
stealing babies and things.
This is ridiculous, man. My problem with this is not that if you want to make a movie where dinosaurs walk side by side with humans, I think you should. I think that would be kind of a great idea. But they have not once tried to explain this shit.
Yes.
They have not once tried to make sense out of this. They have not once tried to write a decent script to try to justify any of the things that they've done. All they've done is just put in shit where, you know, one action scene, one set piece. Where can we stuff another dinosaur? And it's always a bigger fucking dinosaur every time.
Yeah.
That's all they cared about was how can we make the dinosaurs faster, bigger, scarier, but they ain't worried about story. That's fine. You know what? I'm not looking for a great story. I'm not.
Nah, at this point.
I'm like everybody out there who just wants to see a dinosaur. Give me like with Jurassic Park 2, give me the biggest most expensive fucking movie out there with dinosaurs. Give me the dumbest story, but stop trying to make these really intricate, complicated, what you think are intelligent stories and not. You know, leave those dinosaurs in a park. Leave them in an enclosed area. Ain't no use if you can't logically explain why they're walking in the world in a convincing way, then they don't need to be out there.
Yeah.
I am so sorry I ever said this. I said, man, you know what? Y'all need to get the hell out that park. I am so sorry I ever said that. I wish I'd never uttered those words.
It was better when it's contained.
It was not, we don't need a world.
No, because, you know, that whole complicated plot about the evil tech corporation that wants to control all the grain. You're like, this plan doesn't really make any sense.
No.
Also, it makes no sense that there is no government oversight. Nobody else is looking at what's going on and going like, hey, you got some people to answer to. This can't happen. It's all within the bubble. It's like whatever you want to do.
You know, either write something that starts to make sense for the things you set up. Or bring fucking Dominic and his you know, go ahead and bring a velociraptor in wearing a wife beater.
Dinosaurs can be family, Corey. They can be family.
Yeah.
I would love to see Dominic driving a car with a velociraptor.
You might.
I would take that over the shit we got
Russell
now.
comes to them and he tells them like, all right, I know you sent you guys out as spies, but now I need you to be dinosaur hunters.
Yeah.
And all right.
It could open up with Dom.
Yeah.
Hey, you hear this? There's dinosaurs in town. Start drinking Corona with him and shit.
Write this down. We're gonna write this down.
Yeah.
We're racing dinosaurs now.
They have to break a underground dinosaur racing ring.
Oh God.